Hello, Jean. Hello, world. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening coming from Texas. We are now live at IPASS Processing Office. Good morning to everyone, and welcome to our live broadcast. Today, we will be talking about Visascreen Application Procedure. So, hi there, Jean. Can you greet our audience?
Good evening, Philippines. Oh, good morning, Philippines. Good evening from Texas. Hello. Hello to all our viewers right now. We only have one viewer right now. We'll just probably
Yeah,
wait for a few more to come online.
Yeah, but it's not actually necessary that we will be waiting for our viewers to come because they can actually do replay for this live broadcast. We can also do watch party for them to be able to have the replay of this live broadcast. We had 56, I think, 56 interested clients who click I think what was the right button on the lower portion when you are going to broadcast the certain live broadcasting in Facebook, and most probably they are busy at this time. So we are going to start our discussion with regard to the Visa Screen application. For the three viewers though, where are you coming from? Please write down in the comment section below which place are you coming from. I don't receive any reactions, and I haven't seen any comments though. So Jean, we can probably start our live broadcast. So we can probably start our discussion with regard to the Visa Screen application. So this Visa Screen application is one of the procedures that we are doing in IPASS processing. Our company is IPASS processing, and we do applications for NCLEX, the licensure examination for nurses who wants to go to the USA, as well as the Middle East exam applications for medical professionals. So our company doesn't only offer services for the nurses, but we also offer services for other medical professionals such as the physical therapists, the occupational therapists, if you are a midwife, or if you are a radiologic technologist, a medical technologist, if you want to go to the Middle East. But what we can offer to our clients for those who want to go to the USA is the application for the NCLEX. We do the visa screen procedure, license endorsement, license renewal, and sport transfer. So, with regard to the visa screen, so these are the information that we want to share with you. At least you have some insights on what is the visa screen all about. So let's start, Miss Jean.
Okay. Visa Screen, it is a visa credential assessment service. It is a comprehensive screening service for healthcare professionals seeking an occupational visa to work in the United States. So this is a very important document that you need if you want to work here in the United States. Once completed, you will have an official CGFNS certificate. It looks like this. So this is my visa screen certificate very long time ago. I have this one since 2004, and this visa screen certificate is valid for 5 years. So I kept this all through these years.
That's already quite old, huh?
Nakakaban.
Good that you were able to keep it with you even up to this time.
Yeah.
So, who gets visa screen certificate?
Oh, so the medical professionals who wants to get the visa screen are those registered nurses, those who are licensed practical nurses, licensed vocational nurses, physical therapists, physician assistants, audiologists, speech language pathologists, the clinical laboratory technicians or scientists, or that's what we call the medtechs.
So what we are catering, we have clients for nurses who are getting this visa screen certificate. Also, we are catering medical technologies. So some of them they have a CPI, and the other one I think just yesterday,
EMT.
there was one client who has AMP. So these are the medical professionals who will need the visa screen certificate. So what is the visa screen really? What is the purpose of having a visa screen certificate?
The purpose of visa screen, it is required before you can receive your permanent or temporary occupational visa. So, like when you are scheduled to go to have the interview in the embassy, that is a very important document. The consul will look for that visa screen certificate because it is a proof that United States has verified your credentials and you have verified your credentials to work here in the United States. So that's the purpose of the visa screen certificate.
And by the way, who gets or who does the visa screen or who issues the visa screen certificate for these medical professionals?
Only CGFNS International can issue the visa screen certificate. They are CGF International is approved the United States Department of Homeland Security to validate the credentials. So it's only CGFNS International and not even the other credentialing authority like ERES, IERF, or Joseph Silney and Associates, something like that. So it is only and only the CGF and International who will and can issue the visa screen certificate and can validate all our credentials.
So, say for example, let's talk about the requirements first, though. What are the requirements that these medical professionals need in order for them to, so we can assist them in their application for this visa screen application procedure?
So first requirement is the high school diploma, but this is waived if you graduated in high school more than 10 years ago. So next one is your licenses. So currently, it should be currently held or that have been held in the past from all jurisdiction, including foreign and domestic licenses. So if you have a license in the Philippines, we need a PRC license. If you have worked in other countries, we need that one verified also. And if you have a license in the United States, we also need that one verified. So you have to list all of it. But, we have
I think I have to interrupt you. The primary thing that they need is to have the NCLEX because without the NCLEX, they cannot be able to proceed with the visa screen application. So that's the primary license that needs to be verified. That they should have passed the NCLEX, and then we can proceed with the visa screen application procedure, and then we can do the verification of the other licenses.
If you are a nurse, then you need to have to pass the NCLEX exam. But if you are a medtech, then you need to pass that ASCPI or the AMT, and then the English language too. And then another requirement is the your transcript of records, professional education information, the transcript of records, and the RLE. So those credentials should be verified and submitted to CGFNS also.
But for the medical technologies, of course, they don't have RLE. This RLE is only needed for the nurses because the medical technologies doesn't have RLE. They don't have RLE. So with regard to the IELTS, so what do they need IELTS first? Should an applicant does the applicant need to have an IELTS first, or they can just proceed with the visa screen application even they don't have IELTS yet? What is
We
your
can,
opinion?
we can order the visa screen in CGFNS even if you don't pass the English language test yet. But
Mhm.
you have to pass the English language test within the span of 1 year or before our order expires. So the order is good for 1 year. You need to pass before 1 year so that we won't be paying another like $175 for the reprocessing of the expired application. So for the English language test, it's either IELTS, that's English, the International English Language Testing System, and also the another English test that is accepted by CGFNS is the TOEFL, or the test of English as a foreign language. So those two are the only thing that can be accepted as the English language requirement. And for the IELTS, it has to be the academic module. Speaking should be 7, and total band score should be 6.5. All the other um, area like speaking, no, I mean writing, reading,
Mhm.
they can have 5 or 6 or whatever, as long as the overall band score is 6.5 and the speaking is 7. For the TOEFL, the total score should be 83 and the speaking should be 26.
What if they have PTE, or they will have TOEIC? Will it be accepted?
No, the TOEIC is not accepted by as one of the requirements for visa screen. Those TOEIC is for business purposes, something like that. Some of the states, they can they accept that one, but not for visa screen. And also for PTE, it's accepted as one of the English requirement in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know in other states, but one of the states that accepts the English language test is the Nevada board, and they accept the PTE. But
So
for
just to make
visa screen,
sure,
only for
Mhm.
IELTS and TOEFL. That's what I see in the CGFNS site.
So just to make sure, it's just a TOEFL and it's IELTS. To add also, it should be academic module. Total band score is 6.5 and the speaking should be 7. They don't need to worry about the other subtests because it's just fine. The speaking and the total band score is the only things. There are the things that they should be able to meet. What
Yes.
about UKVI? Is it
UPVI,
accepted or not? Because there are a lot of nurses who are taking UKVI because they plan to go to the UK, and they change their course, they change their plan, and they are now going to the USA. So they have already taken the UKVI. Is it accepted or
yes,
not?
yes, UKVI is accepted in for visa screen. And
Oh,
also take note that if you fail in like your speaking will only be 6.5, but your total band score on that exam is 6.5, then it's either you can remark it to get a higher score in speaking, or you need to retake it again. And then there is a thing like we can combine the scores if it's within 6 months. Or there was one nurse who have submitted her results within the span of 2 years time, and she did get her visa screen certificate. So as long as the IELTS has not expired yet, then we can combine those scores too. As long as one of it is 7, the speaking should be 7, and the total band score is 6.5. We can combine those.
so that's a good news. It can be combined and UKVI can be accepted. What about if the applicant has already CGFNS and has passed already the CGFNS qualifying exam? So that applicant already has the CGFNS certificate. Can it be accepted for us to be able to proceed with the visa screen application or not?
Yes, it can be accepted. CGFNS qualifying exam or the certification program, components of certification program is CGFNS qualifying exam, and also you have to have your IELTS or English test. So if you have those, then we can apply or order your visa screen certificate. And but if you pass the CGFNS qualifying exam before, or you have the CGFNS certificate long time ago, because it is one of the requirements before, like in my years, like 14 years ago, before we take the NCLEX, we have to take the CGFNS qualifying exam, so that your CGFNS certificate, this is how it looks like. This is the CGFNS certificate that I have in 2004. So this doesn't expire. It is valid for life. So if you have that, and then, but now it's already 2019. So your English language test has already expired. So if you want to order the visa screen certification, then your CGFNS certificate plus your unexpired English language test. So you need to retake the English language test, the IELTS or the TOEFL, and then we can order the visa screen certificate. You don't, yes.
So as long as they have CGFNS certificate, they just need to have the IELTS, and then we can proceed with the visa screen procedure. Is that right?
Yes, that is right.
So for usually a lot of clients are asking how because the IELTS validity is only valid for 2 years. What will happen if ever that, for example, they have already processed the visa screen, and they have decided that they will just they will just submit the IELTS test report form later because they want it processed already. What if the order will expire? What will happen then?
So if the order that we have paid, like it is 540, right? The visa screen is worth 540. So that order is good for 1 year. So if we ordered the visa screen and then you didn't pass your English language test yet, and it has been more than a year that you have not submitted the English test, then your order has expired. So if your order has expired, we can reorder it again and pay $175. Yes.
Mhm. So there are some specifics. For example, if the order has expired, you have mentioned to me earlier with this one, right? Expiration of within the 6 months. Miss Jean, can you elaborate with regard to the expiration of the visa screen? What were you telling earlier with regard to this, with the expiration of the has already
Okay. If the order has expired more than a year, then we will just reprocess it.
Mhm.
So we will only be paying 175 to reprocess an expired visa screen order. But
And to add up, also, if the visa screen application procedure has will be expiring and it will be within 6 months period, then we are just going to pay 275. Am I right on that?
if you have a visa screen certificate, you already have gotten the visa screen, and
Uh-huh.
then the the validity of the visa screen is 5 years, right? So if,
Yeah.
like right now, if you have the visa screen 5 years ago and it will expire in 2019,
Mm-hmm.
so in 2019 you are still in the Philippines. So by
Mm-hmm.
the time that, like, if you will come here in the United States in 2021, then we need to reorder again the visa screen because it has already expired on 2019, like this
Yeah.
month. So
Okay.
today is June 2019. So within that 6 months period, we can reorder the expired visa screen for $275 within
Ah,
the 6 months period. After 6 months, after December, then we will be paying 540 already.
okay. Got it right. Got your point. There is one question though from Juvie Uy. And the question is, hi, CGFNS exam test din po ba or just verification of the documents?
CGFNS exam. If you choose to take the CGFNS exam, then you have to pair it with the English test. Then you can get the visa screen. But when you take the CGFNS qualifying exam, all the credentials, the high school diploma, the transcript of records, and RLE has to be verified also. So if CGFNS has received all those, they will give you an authorization to test. Then you will take the CGFNS qualifying exam. If you pass the exam, then you need to take the English language test also to pair with the CGFNS qualifying exam. So if you pass CGFNS qualifying exam and IELTS, and then we can order the visa screen.
Mm-hmm. On this procedure, Juvie, this is a visa screen. Our topic today is about the visa screen application procedure. So to add what Miss Jean is saying, and also in relation to your question, if it's a CGFNS exam, if you pass the NCLEX, and then you're going to proceed with your next step, which is the visa screen application, then you don't need to take the CGFNS qualifying exam if you already have taken the NCLEX and has passed it already. But if you don't have an NCLEX yet, or can they proceed with the visa screen without the NCLEX and has just a CGFNS exam? With
Yes, yes. If
okay.
they have the CGFNS certificate and an expired IELTS, then they
Mhm.
can get the visa screen. So, and also another way, if you pass the NCLEX exam and then you take the IELTS, then afterwards we can order the visa screen.
So either of the two, whether you have passed the NCLEX and pair it with IELTS, or you have passed CGFNS qualifying exam and has passed the IELTS, then we can proceed with your visa screen application. So I hope that I hope we answered your question, Juvie Uwe. So if you guys have other questions and you want to clarify those or probably you have misconceptions or you want to clarify things with us, then you can jot down, you can comment in the comment section down below, and we will be glad to answer your questions. Hi there, Rufi Concepcion. He is
Therapy.
Rafi, sorry, Rafi. Hello. So, with regard to, are there clients who will be exempted for the English language test?
Yes, there are clients or there are nurses who can be exempted for the English language test. If your level of if your entry level professional education, you took it in UK,
Mm-hmm.
Australia, Canada, except Quebec, New Zealand, Ireland, or in the United States, and also the English test. The English must have been the language of course the language of instruction is in English in the on those countries. So you are exempted for the English requirement. But if you only took those, like if you have studied in Australia for only 1 year, then you cannot be exempted in the English language test. You have to finish your entry level profession in that country for the whole 4 years or 3 years until
Mm-hmm.
you graduate. Then you are exempted for the English language test.
Do you have clients in IPASS who are inquiring or has this kind of case?
Yeah, I think we have one from Australia. He graduated in Australia.
Mhm. But they should be able to graduate in that English speaking country for them to be exempted.
Yes,
If it's just
yes.
1 year or wasn't able to graduate that course in that English speaking country, then they will not be exempted for the IELTS. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. They have to graduate in that country.
Okay. So, do you have anything to add up, Miss Jean? Or I think we have already covered our topic today, which is all about the visa screen application procedure. By the way, with regard to the fees, how much it will be?
The visa screen order is 540. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the basic fee in CGFNS. That's how much we pay, and then you have to incur expenses for the PRC verification of your license in the PRC, and then
Mm-hmm.
if you have the expenses for the transcript of records, for sending it to the United States, to CGFNS, and then your licenses also. So if you pass NCLEX exam through New York Board of Nursing, the fee for New York is $20. Um, for Texas, it is free. We will only send the proof of passing now to Texas Board of Nursing. The verification of license is done by CGFNS themselves through nurses. Um, Illinois Board of Nursing costs $20. Washington is free. Connecticut is free. Northern Mariana Island is $40. So you have to send $40 bank draft. They won't accept personal checks anymore.
So it
Well,
depends. The fee will depend depending on how much is the verification of that specific license to that specific state. So
yes.
it's not fixed. It depends on how much the state charge will charge on that specific verification. And good thing though, if you have passed the NCLEX through Texas Board of Nursing, the verification of license going to CGFNS is just free, and they are also processing it in a quick way. Like we will be able to accomplish it. I think in just 2 months, or at most it can be 3 months. I think, isn't it? We have
Yeah.
one client that.
Once Miss Elizabeth receives the, because it's only Miss Elizabeth from Texas Board of Nursing who's processing that verification to CGFNS. So once she receives that one, it takes for her 10 business days to respond. And so, but mailing from Texas to CGFNS, they're only doing it like in regular mail, and also updating the received license verification from the board will take 1 month for CGFNS to update it in the system. So that's why it will take like 1 to 2 months, or the max maybe 3 months for your visa screen to be completed if you have license in Texas Board of Nursing.
There was one question from Mrs. Shireel. How's the process for visa screening for New York State NCLEX passer? Can we divulge this, or she can just probably send us a message through our Facebook page, which is the IPASS processing, so we can discuss with her with regard to the details that she needs, or she might want to sign up with IPASS processing, because we cannot, I think, company protocol, we cannot divulge this information live. I'm sorry for that, Miss Cheryl, though. But you can contact with us through our Facebook page. That's IPASS processing. And for Sir Rafi, is it Rafi?
Rafi.
Hi po, VS and endorsement under IPASS here. That's why no worries. Thanks po. Welcome also, Sir Rafi. So we have covered everything that should be covered. We have stated what visa screen is, who gets the visa screen, what is the purpose of getting the visa screen, the process of how long it will take, the costing for the visa screen application procedure. By the way, how much are we charging for the Visascreen application if the client wants to sign up with IPASS and have our company process this Visascreen?
We only charge $100 for that. So it is hassle-free for you. If you are living outside the country, we could process the PRC verification in behalf of you. And if you graduated in Manila or Davao, we could also assist in the procurement of your school credentials and be submitted to CJFNS.
Yeah, and the good thing is that we are the cheapest in the market because we are just charging $100 in comparison with other companies who are charging more. So in the market, we are just the cheapest, and of course, we will never leave our client without the Visascreen application to be accomplished. That's our primary mission. So if you don't have any questions though at this time, we are going to end this broadcast because it's also about 35 minutes already. And if you have other concerns with regard to the Visascreen application, you can freely send us a message through our Facebook page. That's IPASS Processing. You can also visit our website. That's www.ipassprocessing.com. Or you can email us through us. It's ask@ipassprocessing.com. And our support team will be glad to be with you to give you your information that you need with regard to the Visascreen. So if you need an assistance for the Visascreen, the NCLEX, the Middle East exam applications, USA license endorsement, license renewal, if you need score transfer, then we are just here in IPASS to cater your needs. So we are very glad. By the way, I'd like to add up that I want to congratulate our recent pastors. We have Sir Tony Alaba, who passed the NCLEX exam, Sir Ma'am Joanne Sartorio, who passed the NCLEX exam last night, Sir Rolin Ganuhay, and Sir Christian Gaetos. So we have a lot of clients who pass the NCLEX exam. We have passers every day who are passing the NCLEX and are passing the Middle East exam. So if you need assistance, we are just here for you. So thank you very much for your time. We have spent 35 minutes for this live broadcast. And Ms. Jean, do you have any last words for our viewers?
For a hassle-free application, IPASS Processing.
Thank you very much for your time, guys, and have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Bye.